Global distribution systems obviously are the entry point for the travel agencies, where they find the available seats and the fares and ancillaries and anything they need to make a booking. If the itinerary has been selected, if the PNR has been created, then the total amount needs to be paid. And they can basically indicate there, depending on the settings for the travel agency, if for instance it's PSP cash or that a card is required. If the choice is to pay that itinerary with a card, then at the GDS level, the card details are then used to actually, through their own connection with the card schemes, to authorize, to check if the card is valid, to authorize if the amount can be charged to that card. And once they get a positive response from the card scheme on that particular request, then they store the authorization results in the booking, in the PNR, and then basically the ticketing process starts and the settlement process starts, and then through a couple of steps, the transaction ends up typically with the airline, so that they can then forward the transaction to their acquiring bank or to the card scheme if it's American Express, for instance, for settlement, for clearing. And so the role of the GDS is accepting in a secure way those card details from the travel agency. Could be manually keyed in, could be API, etc. And then also to authorize the transaction and store the authorization response details in the booking, and then make sure that it's together with the itinerary details. Level 2, level 3 data is then sent forward through RED files, DISH files, etc., CSI files to the airline, so that they can then send it to the main difference between the PSS, where for the direct sales on the airline, and the GDS for the indirect sales, is that the PSS is one combined setup where you do the authorization and also the settlement is done by the same company, by the same party, and with the GDS it's completely decoupled. So they only do the authorization, and the settlement takes place 1-2 days later through different systems